Have you ever asked someone a question, but the answer they give you, it might sound nice, but it doesn't really answer the question, and instead it leads to a whole different conversation? You know, something like this. Hey Brad, can I get that book back you borrowed from me last week? I don't know about that, man, but what I do know is I'm reading a book called Friendle right now, and that book is so awesome. It has this kid who's inventing all these words. He's just like all in love with the dictionary and stuff, and he gets all his friends to start using the words too, and his teacher doesn't like it because it's not cool by her, but she's not very cool. Have you read Friendle? I think you'd like it. Now, did Brad tell you when he can return your book? Maybe? I don't think so, though. Exactly. He threw a red herring at you, a distraction to change the subject. Instead, he got you thinking about Friendle. So, when this happens, what do you do? There are at least 4 ways to handle a red herring. The first one, my favorite, is to simply re-ask the question. Bulldoze right over the red herring, re-ask the question. Hey Brad, can I get that book back you borrowed from me last week? I don't know about that, man, but what I do know is I'm reading a book called Friendle right now, and that book is so awesome. It has this kid who's inventing all these words. He's just like all in love with the dictionary and stuff, and he gets all his friends to start using the words too, and his teacher doesn't like it because it's not cool by her, but she's not very cool. Have you read Friendle? I think you'd like it. That's beautiful. When do I get my book back? That one is my personal favorite. It cuts right through the garbage and puts everybody right back on point. The problem with it is, depending on the situation, you can seem kind of rude if you do that. So another option is to play dumb, play a little slow, and instead ask, why does the red herring, what does that have to do with the question you asked? Can you please point that out to me? Something like this. I'm a little confused here, Brad. What does Friendle have to do with when you're going to be getting me my book back? This technique is a gentler nudge to get them back on point, but it does leave room for more red herrings. So a middle ground option is to ask the person the $1 billion question. Hey Brad, suppose I gave you $1 billion to return me my book. Would you be able to return it then? You can expect a response like, for $1 billion, yeah! In which case you bring their answer back into the fold. Good, so you can return my book to me. How about tomorrow? If none of these are appropriate, there's always option number 4. Disengage. That means change the topic or quit the conversation altogether. This is not the way to go when you need something from the person, like in our book example. But in a lot of regular conversations, it's perfectly appropriate. If the other person's not into the conversation, change topics. If it's kind of awkward, change topics. If they're not all that smart, get out of there. Here's an example. Man, I love Taekwondo. It is awesome. You know, you get some flexibility going, you get a great workout in, you learn a little bit about self-defense, you meet some great friends. Have you ever taken a martial art? I like hamsters. Okay, yeah, that's cool. What do you like about hamsters? See how I disengage from the topic? You can also just as easily disengage from the conversation. I like hamsters. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Hey, is that Brad? I need a book from him. I'll catch you later, okay? Note, this is a much better way to go than our first 3 options, unless you love having awkward social interactions. I like hamsters. That's wonderful. Have you ever taken a martial art? I'm gonna go get a sandwich. So to summarize, there are 4 options for dealing with a red herring. The first one, just ignore the red herring and re-ask your question. My favorite. Second one, play dumb and ask how the red herring has to do with the question you asked. Number 3, ask the $1 billion question for $1 billion and then restate your question. And option number 4, if none of those apply, disengage. Change the topic or get out of the conversation altogether. I hope this helps and thanks for watching. Cheers!
Mayor West, if re-elected, would you increase the frequency of garbage pickup?
Well, citizen, that's an excellent question, and I thank you for it. I think it's great we live in a town where you can ask questions. Because without questions, we just have answers. And an answer without a question is a statement.
Oh, I like him. He looks me in the eye.
I'd like to have a beer with him. I'm voting for him.